So I'm down here today by the River Trent, recording for a new blog, new video I've got coming up, all about the Bridges of Nottingham. We in fact have 5 major bridges in the city centre, and it's only right someone talks about them, so I thought I'd have a go.
The River Trent is the 3rd longest river in the United Kingdom, from deep within Staffordshire all the way out to the North Sea. The River Trent effectively separated the country at one time, marking the official boundary between northern and southern England. Crossing the Trent is no easy feat, with its tidal pull and powerful undercurrents. Over the centuries, bridges have come and have been washed away. This is all that remains of an earlier Trent Bridge. Now, in the city of Nottingham today, we find there's 5 key bridges in operation, and all of them very different from one another. Clifton Bridge. As Nottingham's thriving industry charged forward in the 1950s, we saw the opening of Clifton Bridge by Princess Alexandria in 1958. It was a feat of engineering in that it was the longest pre-stressed concrete bridge in the country at the time, and before long it had a twin. Costing £3.2 million and opening in 1972, the bridge was granted its twin alongside, the road then becoming a dual carriageway. Clifton Bridge has become the main artery in the southwest side of the city, with more than 100,000 vehicles using the route every day. In February 2018, Clifton Bridge had an inspection that revealed there was a large crack growing underneath, and by February 2020, erosion was found on the internal steel cables, and Highways England closed the bridge. And then the snow came, and the city was in total gridlock. And then on the Monday, the 12th of February, Nottingham became the most congested city in the entire world, followed soon after by lockdown of 2020. Now, work is still continuing on that repair, which is touted now to take up to autumn 2021.
So today was beautiful, it was bright, it was clear, it was sunny, it was blue skies up there. However, now I've arrived here at Clifton Village, the weather has taken a little turn for the worst. I managed to have a quick walk through, put myself up a little cask of coffee and have a walk down past the river, checking out the river here that flows under the bridge. Now is that not only is it now raining on my camera lens just like that, but as you can see in the background behind me, I've got a couple of power lines go over this river, and they are certainly within 50 metres of that bridge. I cannot legally fly here. Well, I could by my skill, but it ultimately is just not safe and therefore not legal. So I can't fly here. However, the view of the river actually is pretty beautiful in all fairness. But I've come down here to get a good shot of this actually. This is Clifton Bridge.
As we progress along the river, the next bridge we come to is the Wilford toll bridge. After more than 400 years operating as a ford crossing here, 2 major accidents saw an Act of Parliament for the construction of a bridge here in 1862. It wasn't opened until June 1870, and the Clifton family oversaw the bridge for more than 100 years, when the Nottingham City Council took ownership in 1969. Following an assessment, the bridge was closed to traffic in 1974. Replaced as a narrow footbridge in 1980. And then as the Phase 2 section of the Nottingham tram network got underway, the bridge was transformed, widening the central section and reinforcing the structure to allow trams to pass over, and then to connect to the larger pedestrian and cycle routes. Now there's a sandwich shop operating out of the former toll office, and still above the door there is a list of the prices that you would have had to have paid in order to make that crossing across the bridge.
Hey up. Hey up. We have some lovely beautiful swans here, with some little chicks too. 5. 6. I can't even count.
Now, taking advantage of the wind scooter that was made available, I took a ride along the cycle path up to the Wilford Suspension Bridge that was originally known as the Welbeck Bridge. It's a combined suspension bridge and aqueduct linking West Bridgeford with the Meadows embankment. The bridge is actually owned by Southern Trent Water. It has 2 stone-clad towers and 2 steel suspension cables. This bridge opened in 1906. It was designed to carry water to the Wilford Hill Reservoir. The Wilford Suspension Bridge was closed in 2008 following reports of falling debris that led over to a major restoration costing just shy of £2 million. The Wilford Suspension Bridge has also garnered a bit of a reputation and a trend, if you will, to become a love lock bridge, where sweethearts would secure a padlock to the fencing and then declare their love to one another. They would make out and then toss the key out into the river below. Now, whilst a single padlock is not that heavy, the combined weight of many padlocks, as happened in France, can cause the bridge to become very unstable and under a lot of excess pressure and weight.
There's a sign there that says Wilford Suspension Bridge, River Trent, 906.
Within full view of the Wilford Suspension Bridge is perhaps Nottingham's most famous bridge, and that is Trent Bridge. It's not the first bridge to be on the site. The first bridge is thought to have been constructed in 920 AD, and a second bridge started 200 years later in 1156, with more than 20 arches stretching across the vast width of the River Trent. Over the years, the bridge had taken significant damage and was forced to be reassessed in the 1860s. And by 1871, the new bridge, the one that stands here today, was opened. The bridge, though, since it has opened, has expanded, and of course has been reinforced. It has had many different colour schemes on there, and this is what we have today. Within just a stone's throw of Trent Bridge, you'll find the Trent Bridge Cricket Ground, you'll find the Nottingham Forest Football Club, and the Notts County Football Club.
So where's the river now? It's down here, but in 1932 that river came to all the way up here. 1910, 1901, 1964, 1969, 1957, 1885, February 1846. So feet. There we are, that's an interesting statement here.
And then we come to our fifth and final entry in the city centre of Bridges as I cruise down the side of the Trent. Lady Bay Bridge. Originally the bridge was a rail crossing for the Midland Railway from Melton Mowbray to Nottingham Station. The line was abandoned in the late 1960s as plans were made to convert the river crossing to relieve pressure on the Trent Bridge, connecting Renford Road and Meadow Lane. However, these works were not complete for another 10 years, not until 1979. Now, there exists on the site archaeological evidence of a bridge in the area that goes back as far as the Saxons who used to cross in this same area. By the 15th century, it was decided to build a bridge in this area, and they used the original arches of Lady Bay Bridge, themselves dating back to the 15th century. In historical articles by Robert Mellors, who writes of Lady Bay, himself examining older works and historical records, coming to the conclusion that Lady Bay was named after Our Lady, the mother of the Lord Mary, for the area once hosted a chapel, St Mary of Hethbeth Bridge. Now, I've certainly enjoyed my wind ride along the Trent today, taking in the sights and looking up the history of these interesting structures. Along the way, there were colourful expressions of graffiti, views of nature's powerful force, and the impact humanity has had upon the land. So until next time, I'm Kristian and I'll see you soon.